brand new episode of FTO Podcast. I am your host, D. This is a fun time to be a nerd. Like, I'm not sure if you guys have been noticing, but there's been so many new releases like this week. Like, so many. It's hard to put like one stamp on all of it. We had, this is going to be a little bit of a rapid fire kind of a situation right now because it really was just so much at one time that was put out there. We got the Black Mirror coming back for season 6. That's one big one. You got the Twisted Metal poster that just dropped. You got Dune dropping new photographs of the new Dune 2 movie. Quantumanium dropped their new poster that has Jonathan Majors Kang put very much in the background. Like, his face is kind of like a silhouette. And it was like a side view, and like his mask is fully on. So, like, is it Jonathan Majors? Is it not Jonathan Majors? Who knows? I don't know. Maybe. Probably. You got Across the Spider-Verse with a brand new poster out. And you got Transformer Beast Wars with brand new posters out. So, Black Mirror, Twisted Metal, Dune 2, Quantumanium, and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. There's other posters too. I'm not talking about that. Look, The Witcher is out. New trailer, new poster. That's out too, but I'm not getting into like all the other stuff. You know who I'm talking about, WB. Not getting into it. So, like, if we're not going to be watching any films with Jonathan Majors, we're not going to be watching any films with Ezra Miller as well. So, just putting that out there for all of you to be fully understanding. They're In the scheme of morality, there is no real difference between Jonathan Majors and Ezra Miller. There isn't. And all honesty, if I can be like completely 100%, what Miller is done is much worse than what Majors is accused of. If we're gonna be 100, but they're both in the scope of it, they're both very we need to stay our distances from both of these individuals. And for one of them, at least until May, to hear both sides, but. One of them has their publicist leave them in the midst of all this. So, do with that information as you most definitely will. Anyways, let's get on with the show. Kraven the Hunter announces it's going to have an R rating and will feature comic book accurate Rhino in the film as the main villain. Okay, now that's more interesting, first and foremost. Him being a PETA activist was not at all something that I wanted. I really hope they change that up completely because I don't want to see that whatsoever. I don't know if they change around the story. Hey, I get it. Like, you wanna cater to the vegans out there. You wanna make sure you don't step on anyone's toes about huntings and stuff like that. I got it. I get that 100%. That will work for a different character, except for a character who calls himself Kraven the Hunter. Do you feel me on that? So I can't be rocking with some vegan activist calling himself Kraven the Hunter and attacking people who actually do eat meat and hunt animals. Again, I'm not saying nothing about hunting animals, positive or negative. I'm just saying I don't want to see that in the film. That's all I'm getting at. 100%. So don't come at me because I don't want to hear it. Next up, Saw is coming to theaters this year, October 27th. It was revealed at CinemaCon, and there's a trailer as well. I haven't seen the trailer yet. I haven't. But if it's anything like this Evil Dead that's going on, that people are really going bonkers over, it gotta be pretty impressive. That's all I gotta say. I don't know if I want a Saw movie. I didn't watch the Saw with Chris Rock because it's Chris Rock, but I heard it wasn't Spiral, I think his name. But I haven't watched it. I heard no good things about it. The series of Saw have been kind of taking a plunge. Some would say a jump the shark even. I don't know. I'm not feeling the hype. Not feeling the hype. A new Equalizer trailer dropped this week. Yeah. Denzel Washington said, I'm doing a hat trick. I don't do sequels. How about 3 installments of one character in a franchise? How's that for you? Were you expecting that? I bet you weren't. I can't do a Denzel impersonation, but like I'm pretty sure if I could do one with that dialogue I just had, it would be golden. So yeah, Equalizer 3 movie is coming. I'm gonna do an episode where I don't laugh at my jokes one day. Today may not be that day, but we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? But the trailer looks pretty cool. It's a teaser trailer. It's nothing like, nothing to get all hyped about. Like, oh, did you see that? Oh my goodness, you see this? It's not like a Fast and Furious trailer. You know what I mean? So it's cool, but it ain't that cool. But like, the fact that it's happening is pretty cool. It's semantics. So I'm here for it. And lastly, in our news, this went by pretty quick. It's been a pretty boring week for news. Like, no joke. Like, I'm not even trying to undersell it. It's been a very weak week for entertainment news. But probably because politics has been taking over so much. I don't know. Biden just said like he's running for president. And like we knew it was gonna happen. And DeSantis talking about him getting like an exploratory committee going on. Had a conversation with somebody about that, about Biden and DeSantis possibly going at it, and not Trump and Biden going at it in 2024. I'm not afraid of Ron DeSantis. He's a cretin. Like, although a lot of folks said the same thing about Trump when he was running, so I don't know. Maybe I should be worried about DeSantis, but like DeSantis is a creep. Like he's a very weird individual. He may be like Trump light, as some would say, but I know Republicans, the GOP party, is like a little bit dense about certain things, but I feel like they can't be that dense going for someone who's not Trump, but is Ron DeSantis, and Ron DeSantis is essentially a coward. Like I feel like that can't be like don't take my guns guy to lead them. Like I feel like I don't see it. I don't see it. Like Ron DeSantis is the dude from the Batman movie who Batman captured in Hong Kong and brought back to Gotham. Like he's the guy who will squeal if you catch him in the right spot. He'll squeal and tell on everybody. That's Ron DeSantis. Like I can't be rocking with that. You know what I mean? So no. Like I don't. I'm not afraid of Ron DeSantis. I'm not afraid of Trump either. But I feel like it needs to be said on the show. Very political. What? 2024, no one got nothing on me. I don't know. Maybe something bad to happen in 2024. I hope it doesn't, but we'll see. And lastly in news is Harry Belafonte. That's right. A famed singer, civil rights activist, passed at 96. He was born in 1927, died 2023. I mean, we all know his music. We all know his work. He bailed out Martin Luther King quite a few times when he was arrested. He used his fame to try to teach everyone, to do better. And, fight the good fight. Respect. Full on. So, rest well. You did your part, sir. Thank you. Thank you. That is it for the news. I'm going to hand off to Toshi J. I'll see you guys in a bit.
Hey, it's Toshi J with an all-new segment of what you should be checking out. First up, just dropped on PC and PS4 is Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. This has all 10 mainline games in the Mega Man Battle Network series return. So if you're a huge Mega Man fan, this is a good one for you. You might want to go pick it up or get it digitally, I guess. Strayed Lights is an atmospheric action-adventure with fluid combat and an intricate world imbued with mystery. You are a tiny growing light seeking transcendence. Explore a land of otherworldly ruins and glowing trees where entities of flickering lights and luminescent shadows reside. Challenge rogue shadow creatures in fast-paced, rewarding combat. Use a fluid mix of parries and dodges to absorb their energy levels, unless you can unleash an ultra-energy attack. Shift your light from blue to orange in sync with enemies using timed parries. Then push energy back at them in vivid finishers. This, of course, as I said in the beginning, is a game called Strayed Lights, coming to PS5 April 25th. Sounds interesting, but there's no score yet for it on Metacritic, which is crazy because as I'm talking about this right now, the game comes out in just a couple short days. If you're interested, the George Foreman movie is coming really soon, April 28th. Big George Foreman, the miraculous story of the once and future heavyweight champion of the world. Fueled by an impoverished childhood, George Foreman channeled his anger into becoming an Olympic gold medalist and world heavyweight champion. followed by a near-death experience that took him from the boxing ring to the pulpit. But when he sees his community struggling spiritually and financially, Foreman returns to the ring and makes history by reclaiming his title, becoming the oldest and most improbable world heavyweight boxing champion ever. Okay, you know what? I'm going to say this now and ask for permission later, and then if it's approved, then you'll get to hear this. But there's a great pilot out on YouTube right now for a new internet series called Fiendish. And you know what? It stars me and a bunch of other actors here in Atlanta who decided we wanted to make something new. We are all Black actors and artists in Atlanta, and we're just trying to make some more stuff happen. I'm tired of talking about white movies all the time. I scour Metacritic a lot for series, movies, games that have more people of color. And to be completely honest, a lot of the time, I am hard-pressed to come across many, especially that I can talk about all in one segment, because a lot of times they're few and far in between. So I want to talk about Fiendish. I want to do a self-plug for me and my new friends who have been working really hard, as well as some comics you should check out, which I don't talk about comics very often. However, over at Midnight Comics, have a comic name called Soul. Soul 1 and 2 just released on Kickstarter, and by this point, it's probably finishing up, but we'll be releasing on midnightcomics.org really soon, so make sure you go check it out. In fact, talking about POC creators, there's a really awesome creator on Twitter that I ran into named Feliciano Segundo Jr. He is currently raising money for his indie film on a website called Seed and Spark. The film is called Bailando, and they want our help to tell this story. They are on a mission to diversify Latino-led stories and create a demand for projects that amplify Dominican voices. So if you head over to Seed and Spark and look up Bailando by Feliciano Segundo Jr., you can pledge to be a part of this amazing project and help bring it to life. That's all I have for this week. I really just wanted to get into some more diversity with some of these things because I'm tired of talking about essentially the same type of things. And I think I want to talk about more indie projects. In fact, again, speaking of indie projects, if you haven't checked out the pilot for Lackadaisy over on YouTube, please go and check that out. I came across it like the day after it was released, after never hearing about it before. It looked good, so I clicked on it, and I was immediately taken in and watched the entire almost 30-minute pilot, knowing nothing about this story. Immediately after that, I went over to the website where the webcomic is and read it. It's great. Please check it out. We need to be funding more, supporting more, and watching more indie stories, especially when it comes to animation and comics, because let's face it, Hollywood doesn't care about animation anymore. Now I am done. I am off my soapbox. I apologize. Dee, I apologize to you. Anyway, I hope you will check out the things that I have mentioned today. If you do, let us know how you feel. We will let you know how we feel about anything that I haven't already told you how we feel. And enjoy the rest of the podcast.
All right, that's it. Toshi J, she went on it. She's not wrong about any of it though, because as a person who did the things you should check out prior to, I get what it's like having to go looking for content that has a majority Black cast inside of it, whether or not drug dealers or murderers the entire time. I get what it's like not being able to find like Black created comics or written comics out there for people to check out on a regular. I get it completely. So thank you for that. Hopefully we get to hear more about like Black created companies out there, more Black and brown created companies out there with comics, movies, TV shows, and video games. You know, it's a lot out there. So I can't wait to see what it looks like on this end. But as always, we got the best of the best part of the show that I love talking about ever so much, comics to read. This is a good time. I went a little wild with this one. I feel like it's mostly like the big two on this one here. So, you know what? I'm just going to do it. Let's just get to it. First off, Marvel Comics, Hulk, issue number 14, Hulk Planet, finale. Titan is unleashed. Titan is now in control, and his endless rage will lead to the destruction of Hulk Planet. Within the remaining fragments of the Mind Palace, Bruce Banner must reckon with the harm he has inflicted on Hulk if either of them are to have any chance of regaining control and saving the planet. But Bruce knows better than anyone that once a part of the Hulk has unlocked itself, there's no closing that door ever again. Surprise, revelation, and shocking twists abound in Ryan Ottley's mind-blowing Planet Hulk finale. Legacy issue 781. This is like the final issue. So Hulk is going on a little break. I don't know why Hulk is going on a little break. Maybe Universal and Disney are having a good little conversation. I don't know. I'm interested in finding out. As I said, as we said, like in the synopsis, Ryan Ottley did the writing and the covers for this. He did everything. Ryan Ottley, man, right on. So if you like the Invincible artwork, you're gonna love the artwork in this comic book. All 14 issues apparently. So make sure you check it out if you like Ryan Ottley. Next up, DC Comics, The Riddler, Year 1, issue number 4. After a shocking discovery that unleashed a primal scream, we are sent back in Edward Nashton's past, like drifting through a nightmare. We experience Edward's traumatic upbringing, beginning with an abandoned baby howling on the steps of Gotham's orphanage. Through the filter of Edward's memories, we experience his brutal past, but also learn about a once possible hope, a hope that was dashed and that led to his lifelong obsession with the hatred of Thomas Wayne. Actor Paul Dano from The Batman and artist Steven Subic continue the origin of the Riddler leading up to his appearance in Matt Reeves' epic film. So if there was any confusion at all what this was, it is that. It is a connection to the Batman film. It is Paul Dano writing a Riddler story. Now, this is unorthodox. You don't usually see this. You just don't. But I picked this one because I feel like it should be talked about. It's 4 issues in. It's from the movie, but the actor is writing about this, and not only is the actor a decent writer apparently, since he's writing a comic, but he's also showing that he's putting a lot of effort into this character, which I can appreciate. I just can't. If we had an opportunity for Heath Ledger to write a Joker comic, I would have got it. So kudos, man. That's pretty cool. Next up, Image Comics, Vanish, issue number 6. Halcyon, Armory, and Battle Rocket desperately try to keep the Prestige plan in motion as Oliver's growing powers hold him at bay. Plus, the true story behind Baron Vanish starts coming together in another shocking chapter. That synopsis was weak sauce. That was to the point. Right to it. I was expecting a little bit more detail, but maybe it's one of those you gotta read it to see what's going on. The writer is Donny Cates, and the writer and penciler and cover artist is Ryan Stegman. The art's pretty decent. It's not bad. Donny, he's known for doing some decent work. I don't know what to say about this one, to be honest with you. I saw the cover, thought it was interesting. That's why we're talking about it, but I don't know. Maybe check it out. If you like it, let me know. I'm here to hear about it. But if you don't, I get it. I get it. And next up, I don't think, no, we've got one more after this. Next up, IDW Publishing, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin, The Lost Years, issue number 3. The Tales of the Last Ronin first mission continues in the past. Brace yourselves. This is a spoiler. So if you don't know about The Last Ronin or anything about it, this is a big spoiler. I'm just letting you know as I'm reading this. Michelangelo's quest, that's the spoiler, for vengeance takes him further westward, and the fighting forms he's mastered thus far will prove invaluable as he faces yet another adversary. Nothing will stand in the way of his quest to return to New York City and avenge his family for the fates suffer at the hands of the Foot Clan, except maybe the chilling voices of his dead brothers. Meanwhile, in the present, aka our future, Casey Marie Jones does her best to rear the next generation of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as both their master and surrogate mother, as she's finding she's not sure which undertaking is more difficult. It's like they're trying to prompt an actual world in this, in the same way that we get like Batman Beyond or Spider-Man 2099. I feel that in that synopsis. Sorry about the spoiler, but gotta read the synopsis. It's been out for a while, and once this game comes out, you're all gonna know who the last Ronin is, because who reads nowadays, right? Me and a few other people out there. So this is written by Tom Waltz, and also written and and cover artists by Kevin Eastman. So there are a good amount of covers for this one, like no joke, like a good amount. And if you want to talk about like covers, check out this story I'm about to talk about. This is World Tree issue number 1 by Image Comics. In 1999, Gabriel and his friend discovered the Undernet, a secret archetype to the internet. Architecture to the internet. Apologies. They chartered their exploration on a mission board called World Tree. That's World with a 0, Tree, TR33. Then they lost control. Someone broke into World Tree, someone who welcomed the violent hold the Undernet had on them at great personal cost. Gabriel and others thought they sealed the Undernet away for good. They were wrong. And now they will know the meaning of fear. PH34R. Fear. The next major horror outing from multiple Eisner Award-winning writer James Tynion IV from comic books like The Department of Truth, The Nice Hounds on the Lake, and Fernando Blanco from Detective Comics, along with Eisner winner colorist Jordie Bellaire and Eisner-nominated letterer Atia Bakidar, begins here. I don't need to tell you who's a part of this, because I just did. But as I said before, there are a number of variant covers. They really want you to read this comic. And like for something being issue number, what did we say this was? 3, I think? 1. Oh, this is 1. There you go. Should I read this? It's Jane Tierney in the 4th. And it sounds like it's going to be all about like the internet. And if they touch on like political stuff that happens in the undernet, yes, like do all the dark net stuff in the comic book. The 90s did that very well at Image. This is also an Image comic. 110% yes. 110% yes. Still a little tired. Kind of don't want to work. At work right now, but I'll go to my other job soon. Had to record a podcast. A lot going on. You got like my kid texting me. That's him right there. It's like 11, almost midnight. Should be in bed. It's whatever. But I want to talk to you guys about what you say and what you don't say on the internet has an effect. I want to talk more about what you do say. When you tell individuals you don't want your likes, when you don't want your follows, you want money, that sends out a negative energy. Just putting it out there. When you tell people you've gotten so big, you don't care about people who are not as big as you are, and you should give back, like that's not a good image for you. Now, I am not one who really cares about professionalism. I feel like it's a white supremacist dog whistle professionalism. Because who do you tell like a black and brown person in America what is professionalism? You know what I mean? Because it's a thing amongst white people. Period. Point blank. And to tell like a black person who may be descendants of slaves or enslaved people in America, inappropriate. Our culture is very different than your culture, which I am. I am a descendant of enslaved individuals in Georgia. Like that is like my whole truth, and I believe that to be thoroughly, even though I don't have any proper documents to prove it. But I know my family history. It has no lineage towards any other countries, and that leads me to believe that I must be a descendant of slaves or enslaved individuals in America. So reparations Here I come. I hope. That'd be nice, right? I don't ever want to meet the people who enslaved my ancestors. I don't need that in my life whatsoever. I saw the picture of Robert E. Lee's descendants, black and white. No, thank you. No, that was a chilling photograph because it was a lot of individuals. And 1865 was not that long ago. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Whew. A lot to talk about. As I talked about in the beginning of this, there's a lot of stuff that broke. They got more pictures of Twisted Metal since I did the first segment of this. And that was maybe 8 hours ago. They got more photographs that just dropped for Twisted Metal. And it's Sweet Tooth. I mean, let's just call it what it is. It's Sweet Tooth. So, yeah. I mean, I'm here for it. It's Twisted Metal and Sweet Tooth. That's all you really want. Explosions, whammy kablams, and a clown. That was killer. So, yeah. The video games are taking over. I'm kind of happy for it. Comic books are going on the wayside. People are really talking this up about how comic books are not as prevalent as they once were. I don't care. I didn't care years ago. So why do I care now? Right? If the movie's good, it's good. I don't hop on a bandwagon just because it has DC or Marvel attached to it. I'm a movie fan before I'm a comic book. That's not entirely true. I'm a movie fan, but movies and comics are two separate entities. Yeah, I do like the superhero animated shows and movies, but that doesn't take away from the comic books themselves. They're still just a movie. So I don't put that on different pedestals. I just don't. Comic books to comic books, movies to movies, TV to TV. I think I've been doing that for the past 10, 11 years now when it comes to FTL, putting it in its own category, not letting it be something else that it's not. And I'm going to keep on doing that until my last dying breath. So, this is D of FTL Nerd Talk. If you listen to the intro right now, this is from Quirkless Wonder. He has created a fantastic intro, outro. So the old stuff you used to hear, it's gone, baby. It's gone bye-bye. Even that new stuff I put on here, that was literally just until I got this. So, it's whatever. You know what I mean? It's whatever. I'm your host, D of FTL Nerd Talk. Toshi J gives you what you should check out. Make sure you check her out where you can. Check out Quirkless Wonder. Thank you for the music, my guy. This is really good. That's it. That's the show. Until next time, take it easy.